Week 3, day 1, just done the Panic Fitness benchmark. If you're wondering why I'm not as sweaty as normal, it's because I've actually just done the class as well, coached the class, and then this is a good hour and a half or so after doing the workout. So starting on build, we had some good kind of functional bodybuilding. We started off with some rows. Now these rows were different than normal. We went in a more of a tripod position where our hand was a bit lower. It was on the weight stack today. And then we took our elbow out to the side to like a 90-degree angle with that. And therefore we're really focusing on our upper back, squeezing our rear delts and really kind of honing in that upper back muscle rather than the lats. We also paused at the top. So those two things, the position and the pause, made it where you had to go a lot lighter than you normally would. So I was sticking to a 12 kettlebell with that, 8 to 10 reps, and really focusing on quality. After that, we had Russian twists. I used the same kettlebell, feet off the floor, moving that kettlebell from side to side, focusing on keeping my abs nice and contracted. Then we went back to the row. This time it was more the standard single arm row position. And now we were focused on a lat pull. So this time we were pulling right to the hip, really squeezing the lat and keeping our elbow completely tucked to the side. And having the difference between those two, now we're focusing on the lat rather than the upper back, and keeping that 2-second pause. And I really want to make sure people are having a big difference between the two. 90-degree elbow one, lat one, there's a lot of difference between the two, targeting different muscles with that. And I also kept it quite light. I kept it on the 12 that I did with the elbow one, just so I could focus on the squeeze and activating my lat and having no momentum or no cheating with that. And then the last movement was a crunch with the kettlebell locked out overhead. So kettlebell straight to the ceiling, and then we're crunching and we're focusing on our upper abs and crunching as much of our torso, as much of our upper back off the floor as possible. 10 to either side, and again just focusing on controlled movement and squeezing at the top for a good second or so. And this is kind of the start position of a Turkish get-up as well. So it's helping build those sort of positions where when you do a Turkish get-up, you're trying to initiate with the abs rather than get yourself up with momentum. So that was your build session. Sweat today was our first Panic Fitness benchmark test. And this test will be repeated throughout the years, and you'll be doing them on different machines probably each time. But the goal is to progress over the times that you do this. Maybe next time you're going to do it on a different machine and you don't progress, or you maybe pick different number of calories. But when you get back to that same machine and you do that same test on the same machine, hopefully you're going to be able to progress either a rep or two on either movement. Maybe both movements, maybe just one, depending on how hard you find that first initial test. And so we'll be able to track progress through that. I've encouraged you guys to record that yourself so you can track it. And the workout's super simple. So it's a 20-minute EMOM. Minute number 1 is calories. Minute number 2 is burpees. And you are this first one to pick the number of reps. And the goal is to do the most number of reps possible, but be able to sustain those reps throughout the entire workout. So there's no point picking too high reps where you have to drop down and you burn out. So it's kind of a fine line between picking the right number of reps. And once you've picked the right number of reps this first time, from then on, you've got a good idea on what you can do. And then it's just trying to build on that and add a rep each time we test it. So I picked 18 calories on the C2 bike, and then I picked 15 burpees on my minute 2. The C2 bike was taking me about 45 to 50 seconds. The burpees, I'm pretty quick at burpees, so it was taking me about 30 to 35 seconds to get through those. And then just trying to catch my breath with that 25-second transition before getting back on the bike. For me, I would say it was probably an 8 out of 10 difficulty. So I had to work really hard, but there was definitely some room in the tank to add a rep or so. So hopefully next time when we test it, I'm also fitter because I'll be doing all these classes. So I will be able to add a rep to probably definitely the burpee and hopefully onto the bike as well. Unless I go on the Echo bike next time, which will be a whole different ball game, or maybe the row and we have those. So I'll have to probably readjust and think about my calories if I'm on a different machine. Tips for me are to be quite offensive rather than defensive with the workout. So rather than kind of like dragging your feet and hoping to get through, to attack each minute individually and actually attack it and get the work done. So each minute is a brand new minute. You've forgotten about the last minute. You're not thinking about the minute after. You're literally in that minute, in the moment. And it's like, what have I got to do? I've got to attack and get those calories done. I've got to attack and get those burpees done. Rather than thinking how hard and how fatigued I am, I'm just thinking about the work I have to get done. It's a kind of quite short-term memory with it. Kind of forget the last round, forget the round ahead, and just focus purely in the moment. You've got 30 seconds to get the work done, 45 seconds, whatever is left of the minute, and then you're on to the next minute. So you're never really thinking too far ahead. You're just in the moment, and that kind of makes the time go quick because you're just focused on whatever the task at hand is. Good luck. Hope you guys get through it, survive it, hit the number of calories and reps that you hope to.